Piano black is back, and we're about to remove it. So on the new Model Y Performance, they actually made some subtle changes to the front bumper and the rear bumper. So one of the first things that a lot of our customers asked about, on top of course, the DIY PPF and all the other stuff, is can you come up with a kit to protect this? And I think there's two reasons, right? One of them, I actually talked to a customer the other day. They actually like the black because I think it actually looks really good on diamond black. And then you have the gloss black there. I like the look of it. But I think some other colors like the red or even like the Quicksilver, it's slightly different. And I think that a lot of people wanted the matte or what we call stealth look. And what it does is instead of going black, gloss black like this and really, really nice shiny look, you basically get a flat look. And I think it's been really, really popular. We've sold like the chrome deletes and our number one seller is gonna be sand black and then matte black and then gloss black is like the final usually. So with that in mind, I think matte black and sand black are really in right now. Gloss black is not. So we actually have these parts. We didn't remove it from here, but we have these parts right here. If you're an OG Tesla owner and bought like a Model 3 in the 2018 or 2017, when I say piano black, you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? The center console is really, basically it's like this kind of material. It's plastic, and it used to scratch really, really easily. And if you look at this, we literally just got this part. There was an adhesive right here, but it can and it tends to scratch a little easier. You can see some of the minor scratches right here. Literally just got it, R&D'd it just a little bit, and that's already immediate. So whether you want to matte it or whether you want to protect it, I think both are really good options. So of course, we came out with a kit. So when we started here, for something like this, we don't have to scan it. I think this is a very, very simple design. However, if you look at this bend right here. It actually goes quite a bit inwards, right? So look at this angle right here. I mean, it's a pretty aggressive one. So you have to be very careful about how much material to put in, and the order of install is gonna be actually quite interesting and important. So this is the Model Y Performance. We're actually PPFing the whole thing. However, we wanted to put some accents. And if you notice, we already installed the front lip right here. We literally just installed it, so we probably need to clean up some areas, but it goes right to the edge like this and it gives it a nice matte look compared to a gloss black. So there's gloss black here, there's gloss black right here, this little side thing, and then the diffuser also has gloss black. And those are really, I mean, of course there's the mirrors, but I think it looks great on the diamond black. And I don't think I would change that. But I think there are some people that didn't quite like the gloss black on the mirrors on the Performance. So I mean, if you wanted to, you could just buy one of our matte PPF kit and do that. I mean, that is an option. Or you could live with the gloss black. I think that's okay. But some of these other ones, whether you want to change the color or not, I highly recommend you protect it somewhere or another. So I'm gonna put this away and I'm gonna show you how to install this. However, I want to notate that this video is not a how-to video. Like, we just wanted to show you the look, and then I have the parts right here. And I want to explain a little bit of our R&D process too. I think that's always fun. That's something that people ask us about. What do we do? How do we make this? And all this stuff. It's not rocket science, but we have a lot of fun while doing this. So I have some alcohol right here. I have some microfiber. I actually have this somewhat cleaned. So I'm going to go ahead and just wipe it down real quick. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down right here as well. So I already got it clean. So first step is you want to use something called slip solution. And what slip solution is, and I try to explain this every video, even though we talk a lot about PPF, is basically water and dishwash soap. And that's what allows, first of all, when I spray around the area like this, I'm basically kind of settling the dust around this area. And then also it allows it to slide a little bit. So with this being said, we're gonna go ahead and install this side one right here. I got my piece right here. Okay, and then basically, and that is it. I'm done. Now, all jokes aside, that's almost done though. Okay, so once you get it laid out, you also wanna spray some what we call tack. And tack is basically alcohol and water, mostly water. But once you get a line, you basically just want to get it all done like that. And then this looks perfect, so I'm gonna do the same thing and get it down. I go a little lighter in the beginning, and then after that, I go a little harder. Boom. And then once you get it all down, you can basically just spray some more tack solution around the area, and then that area is done. And I think it looks really cool. It looks nice and, matted look. This is a stealth look. And on top of that, it's also protected. We are gonna have it in both gloss and matte, so if you like the gloss look, no worries. I wanna not make, you don't have to matte it or anything like that. All right, so now that that piece is done, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other piece. And I think this one's a little bit more interesting because it has a unique shape. And what I mean by that, let's check this out. All right, so it's all the way in now, just like that, okay? All right, so if you look at this, we call this in PPF bridging. It's already trying to bridge, right? And you don't want it to bridge. When you bridge, what happens is it creates tension down the middle. So when you install this, it's very important that you don't bridge it. And then the other thing is the order of install for especially DIY is gonna be very, very important. So the way we design this is, first of all, just make sure this is free and moving like this. And you just wanna make sure that this corner right here is aligned exactly like this. And once I have this corner down and tacked, I can tack. You're just gonna tack this corner right here. That's all you're doing, okay? Once you get this corner down, you can actually go ahead and loosen all of this up. And your next is going to be making sure this little corner is good. And if you look, all of this lines up perfectly if you do those two things properly. So that's exactly what I wanna do. I wanna push it in. And then after that, I'm basically going to just push everything and create this line right here. There you go. So all of this is down. It's okay if it's kind of right in there. Now, we're gonna go ahead and go horizontal. We're gonna work our way little by little. You see what I'm saying? Don't bridge this. Basically, it's gonna wanna create some tension right there. That's fine. There's some tack now in there. And so that it doesn't bridge, we're gonna go ahead and tack all of that. All right, so if you notice what I'm doing is I'm just gonna seesawing left to right. And I'm not really focusing too much on the top yet, and I'll show you why. But now I've got all of this down, basically, and that looks fantastic. It's looking really cool. I love the reveal. All right, I got all of this down now. All right, so you notice I'm really being, intentional about how I go about here, okay? And then as I go up here, without blocking the camera, I'm gonna just keep going left to right. Start tacking this area. There we go. Start tacking up here. And as I get up here, look what happens right here. Now I got this top edge, and then this is what happens right here. But get this, you just pull this back just a tiny bit, and then now we have it going all the way in there. And here's the thing, I showed you that part earlier. You don't need to go all the way in, because I think most people aren't gonna see it. So ours, also it makes it incredibly much harder if you have to go all the way in. But I just don't think there's enough return, right? Like if this is what you're trying to do, no need to do that. So ours basically just go right to where it needs to. You can pull this back just a tiny bit to get some of the access. And then same thing here, you can pull this back just a little bit. Just get that top edge. And then look at that. And now we can go ahead and just kind of wipe this away a little bit. Be careful, because we just installed this. I mean, I like the look. I honestly love the matte with the diamond black. I think it looks fantastic. But if you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. Are you gonna gloss this, matte this, or you're just gonna keep it as is? Let us know. We'll see you later.